What's going on, YouTube? Claic Yuzolt back again with another Final Fantasy Brave Exvius video, and this week Final Fantasy X is not done yet. This time we're getting the ladies of Final Fantasy X-2 with Rikku, Yuna, and Paine, and Rikku is a must-pull in my opinion for the breaker and support abilities. Let's get into it. All right, guys, so the first thing I want to talk about is we did get a expected release date for the big release of War of the Visions FFBE, and it's available on iOS pre-registration now. We haven't hit the last mark in the pre-registration rewards yet, so we all get a Y'shtola. So make sure you guys are pre-registering if you are going to be playing the game, or just pre-register just to help us out, make sure we get that free Y'shtola with the Final Fantasy XIV collab going on there. But as you can see, this is nothing official from the actual War of the Visions page, so this is subject to change. It's just the iOS, but normally these iOS release dates give us some big idea of when the game is going to be released. And if this is to be believed, it's going to be released March 25th, which is next Wednesday. I don't know how I'm going to keep up with all this stuff. 7 Deadly Sins, FFBE, War of the Visions, but you know your boy going to be covering all three. So we're going to do our best with this, and I hope you guys are excited because I am, and I cannot wait until next Wednesday, hopefully keeping our fingers crossed when this game comes out. So now we're going to move on to the FFBE news and the rest of the video. So Final Fantasy X is not done yet in Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. We have the ladies of Final Fantasy X-2 here, and yes, it is a 3 5-star base banner, but with the way Global has it set up, you're going to be able to pick out which one of the ones you want if you're willing to spend on the step up. And it's going to be, it's a little bit of a bittersweet story with me in Final Fantasy X-2. I love 10 so much, and you guys know that. So when I went to X-2 and I traded in every single one of my dot hack game, my PS2 games, into GameStop to get this game, and the storyline was a little bit disappointing, but the gameplay was great. It was a little bit, hot and cold. I loved it and then didn't love some aspects of it. But overall, still have fond memories of the game, and sadly wish I still had my dot hack games, though, GameStop took those away from me. But moving on down, we are getting the step-up summon that we've been seeing quite often, where you go through one step, you get a ticket, you can pick whichever unit you want on the banner. On the last step, we have a 2% up rate on the on-banner rates for the rainbows. And then you're also going to have the 12k spend the summoning coins on either a prism, or eventually, if you do it enough, you can pick another unit that you want out of the fold to be able to get. We're going to talk about all three of these units in this video briefly, but I will say the only unit on this banner I think is super everybody in the game should be getting is Rikku. We're going to talk about why in a minute. She's she is the next breaker, the next meta breaker that brings a lot of support while breaking a crap ton, which is great. So moving on down, the first unit we're going to look at is Yuna, Final Fantasy X-2. So she's got her nice gunner outfit on. She's ready to go bang bang and beat some booty. Her super trust mastery reward is Tiny B. Attack 178, activate the gunner, boost attack by 50% and restore MP every turn. So you guys are going to, this is an amazing weapon for Madame Adele first and foremost. And we're not sure exactly how strong Yuna's going to be. Obviously, she's a damage dealer. We've been getting a lot of damage dealers you guys have been summoning for. And she's getting global upgrades as we look down through her abilities. So it's really going to come down to the math and how much damage she can produce. I think her sprite looks amazing. So that's another reason I love Yuna. So it's going to be tough for me to just neglect her, but she may show up later on. She's not a limited time unit. Trustmaster reward, Rookie Sphere Hunter, boost attack 40%, light and dark resist 50%. It's not the greatest TMR in the world, obviously, right? Like 40% attack is absolutely nothing, but the light and dark resist may come in handy down the road when looking for elemental resist. Just overall, not the best TMR, but a pretty strong STMR when it comes to gun users. And she's getting global buffs, so we'll have to see how that works out. Now, moving on to Rikku, who also, I think all of these sprites look pretty good. Paine's face looks a little weird in my opinion, but the other ones are great. She's going to be an attack debuffer support unit. So she's going to be an attack breaker that has the support behind her. Looking at her Super Trust Mastery reward, High Class Dagger, boost HP and attack by 30%, fill LB gauge every turn, and boost attack by 30% when equipped with a short sword. So it's going to be HP 30% along with 60% attack and LB fill rate every turn. Honestly, this is kind of a lackluster STMR, which I'm happy about, so I don't have to be hunting any more of these STMRs, man. It's not the best in the world. I'm not saying it's crap, but it's really, if you look at it, it's really not the best. 60% attack, LB up every turn, and then HP 30%. Not the best in the world. Fairy Earrings, defense 30, spirit 30, nullify sleep, poison, paralysis, nullify poison, sleep, silence, and confusion, activate Fairy's humble protection, boost lightning resist by 30%. Another not so great TMR, right? Because this isn't a ribbon effect. That's what I was about to read it off as, but then I remembered it wasn't. And it's also giving you the lightning resist 30%. So overall, Rikku as the character is awesome. We'll talk about why in a minute. But these TMRs and STMRs are questionable, so you're not really going to be hunting her for those as we see down there. So moving on down, we're going to look at some of her abilities. She does have a cooldown ability here that reduces if full breaks for 80%, guys. So we're up to 80% on a cooldown ability, and her LB will be breaking for 80%. And again, the higher we get up with the breaks, the less damage the enemy's doing to us, and the more damage we can do to them when we can break their defense and spirit. An amazing ability in its own, but we didn't read the rest of it, right? The 80% is awesome. The rest of it says, and automatically revive all allies one time. This thing is on a 8-turn cooldown, available turn 1, so it does take a little bit, and it only breaks for 4 turns, so you're really going to want to use that LB as you move forward. But can you think about just doing a break and an AoE re-raise in 1 turn? The AoE re-raise lasts for 4 turns as well, along with the break. Absolutely bonkers. This ability here is for imbuing and putting up your lightning resist. You're going to have 100% increase the lightning resist. Then you're going to be able to add, excuse me guys, sorry my voice is going, add lightning element to all physical attacks on all allies. So it's a great way to go ahead and imbue everybody and get them all on the same page. And it also fills up LB gauge about 15 to all allies. Her other abilities also, she has another ability that increases LB, but it's only 4 LB gauge. It's only 4 to 6 per ally. She has different breaks. Like she has the ability to W cast attack and magic breaks that are 75%, and then defense and spirits that are 75%. But again, I just think you should really, after those 4 turns on that cooldown ability, you should get your LB going and then switch back. So you can get that extra 5% on the breaks. I think you guys are going to be able to do that as well. This unit also has the ability to restore HP and MP 50% to all allies. That's going to be on a fixed cooldown of 6 turns. So that's going to be great for you guys to add in there as well. And she can produce the damage. She does have, a damage dealing kit. She's going to be using Absolute Mirror of Equity Chaining family. And on top of all of this, she does have a Mirage, which doesn't have a cooldown. She's going to be able to have your team evade 1 physical attack for 4 turns. And we just talked about how Kimahri is great for that 2 physical attack evade. But think about it. Besides that, he doesn't bring a lot to the table, right? I mean, he's great for those instances when you're going to use that. But think about Rikku brings everything I just talked about on top of having the evade. She's an absolute monster of a unit, bringing so much to your team. And I'm very, very, very excited to mess around with her and get her on my squad. Because one, it's Final Fantasy X. I want as many Final Fantasy X I can have on my team that can really do what I need them to do. And she's going to be bringing those nice breaks. So I think she really is a must-pull unit for a lot of people out there. Moving down to Paine, again, I just think this, I don't know what happened with these eyes. It kind of looks like they're too far apart. I just do not like the sprite. Again, in Final Fantasy X 2, I'm not saying I didn't like Paine, but she definitely wasn't one of my favorites. And then looking at her character in FFBE, she is another damage dealer. And without any buffs, I'm not saying she's terrible, but she's not going to be, taking your wallet and shaking the money out of it or your lapis out of it. She's just not going to be good enough to do that. Looking at her Super Trust Master reward, we have Sword of Paine. That's a great sword, attack 176. Activate Mysterious Swordswoman, excuse me. Oh god. Boost fire, ice, and lightning and water resist by 40%. Again, it's great, it's fine. It's fine. It's nothing fantastic, nothing too crazy. Black Choker, defense and spirit 15, nullify blind, paralysis, confusion, and disease. Activate Feel the Pain. Boost attack 30%, restore HP every turn. So every one of these units, I think the best thing on this banner is the STMR of Yuna. For the gun users, everything else is really skippable as far as TMRs and STMRs. And then the 2 damage dealing units, Paine didn't even get any buffs, whereas Yuna will be receiving buffs. But they do have a secret gem in here, Rikku, and you can target her with the step up, which is going to be great for you guys to be able to do. Item World is back, baby, and we have so many things we need to get our hands on in here, dude. I have so many options, from Tidus's STMR to maybe those guns if I get enough Yuna, if I get lucky enough, to Madame Adele's gun, to things preparing weapons I need to prepare for Dark Visions. I just have a ton of options, and I'm so glad it's back. I'm definitely going to be grinding this in order to make sure all of my weapons are in place. I wish Item World was around here all the time, but that can't be the case. So looking at the event for Final Fantasy X-2, it's going to be a little bit different than what we're used to. It's going to be an exploration, kind of mixed with a King Mog in a way. There's going to be if you do dailies, You're going to get Amber for items. So it says Amber can be obtained from exploration drop points or by clearing daily missions. So you're going to be able to get some up, and there's a ribbon for selling there. There's going to be a couple of more items, it says. So you can slowly go in there and pick up some things that you may want just from grinding the event and picking it up from the drop points or the dailies. But what you're actually going to go in and get is you're going to go in and get these specific outfits, which was a big thing when it came to Final Fantasy X-2. For each unit, we have Gunner, Yuna's dress, and we're going to just talk about the enhanced one because that's the one you should be getting anyway. Attack 40, defense and spirit 24, activate Undead Killer and auto refresh. An amazing chest piece for Yuna if you end up pulling her and going to be using her. Not only are you getting a high attack stat, you're getting a killer attached to it with some MP refresh. Absolutely awesome. You want to make sure you go through this exploration and get that. Moving on to Riku's, because a lot of people should be or will be going for Rikku. You're going to get HP 200, MP 100, defense and spirit 28 on an accessory, nullify paralysis and stone, which are big ones for Rikku or any unit. Activate Thief, Riku's bandana plus, escape death one time so she gets guts because of this. I do believe you will probably want to have this equipped to your Rikku so you can get these nice, bonuses added on with a little bit of defensive stats on top. Guts is absolutely insane, and you guys have probably seen it time and time again save you in battle, so that's something you definitely want to get. And then looking at Paine's outfit here, we have attack 48, defense 24. So it's similar to the way Yuna's was, where you're going to get a high attack stat with a killer ability, but this time we're going to get auto limit, fill LB gauge every turn. So you guys want to definitely make sure you're coming in here. As you can see, the explorations are open at different times throughout the entire event. So for the first 3 days, exploration 1, which will probably be Yuna's, exploration 2 will be Riku's, then exploration 3 will be Paine's, and then just in case you missed them, they release them all again slowly at the end as well. And there's going to be little mini mod captors that you have to kill, and you get 1% trust wiggles. I don't know who the uses these 1% trust wiggles anymore. Maybe newer players, but for me, I wish they would actually go away. I don't need them anymore. They're kind of outdated. Moving on through, we do have a 30% featured 5-star guarantee, because normally it's 20% or 10%, and that's because we have 3 units on the banner. So if you end up summoning on that 12k banner, I think it's going to be one a full lap through and then one step, you're going to be able to go in there and summon this, and you have a 30% chance. It's going to be guaranteed rainbow, 30% chance on banner. It's kind of the highest we've seen it. Talks about the exchange shop, where you can go get those nice prisms if you need to. We have the ticket exchange. This is where when you do the 25k, you can exchange for one of the 3. Moving on down, we have the maintenance. Dragon of the Abyss is going to be a new Chamber of the Fallen boss. We got to fight Shinryu, and I think it's going to be a little tough. When HP drops below a certain point, there's going to be a threshold. Watch out for Roulette of Death, which removes any effects that automatically revive the caster. Okay, and inflicts an instant KO, Kupo. So it's going to be fun to fight a new trial, as it always is. We get Dragon's Crest, which is going to be an accessory, attack and magic 40, boost ice, lightning, and water resist by 30%. I'm not saying it's terrible, but it's not the best in the world. You get Tidal Waves, boost light resist by 50%, LB boost damage. Honestly, it'll be fun to fight, but the reward just isn't there. I mean, this is just... I'm not saying ice, lightning, water resist by 30%. Remember, I do love attack and magic 40%. I do love the elemental resistances. Maybe I should give it a chance. We do get the large attack and magic for our attacking units. So maybe this is a way to make sure we don't lose too much attack while also getting our elemental advantages if we need it in a fight for our attackers or magic damage dealers. So maybe I should give that another chance. The Final Fantasy X, the next trial part, it's going to be a little bit different than what we're used to. You have to have this blue auxiliary quest key, which comes from the event points, and I think it's like really high up there. It's over 30,000 to get this one, I do believe. So make sure you guys are grinding that King Mog event if you guys want to get this done. We get to fight Seymour Flux, baby. Get to fight good old Seymour looking all crazy. I hate Seymour. Like, I love to hate him, though. It's a love-hate relationship, if that makes any sense. The reward isn't that great, though. Boost HP, MP, attack, defense, and magic and spirit by 30%, and boost LB gauge rate, but only for Final Fantasy X units. So not exactly the, everybody's got to run and try to get this thing, because you're only going to be able to use it on certain specific units. It's pretty good on those units, though, so that's a better way, I guess I should say it. If you are going to be using it on a Final Fantasy X unit, I don't think it's bad at all. That's like an all stat up with an LB boost rate up. It's pretty good. Nothing too bad, but I mean, you're really, really limited on what you can use it for. So overall, so far, I'm with these event items a little bit disappointed. We do have a daily ticket giveaway. We're going to be able to get some more of these STMR tickets and things like that, so just make sure you're logging in as always to get these rewards. They talk about more login rewards here that you can get, which are always great to keep you guys afloat. And this is another big thing I wanted to talk about. They are changing daily quests. They're going to change them so you can get these daily quest coins, and you can change for Gill Snappers or King Metal Minotaurs, Trust Moogles, and other amazing rewards, which probably be EX tickets, let's be real. But it was about time they fixed the daily rewards, gave us a little bit of something more, and it talks about how on the weekend they're going to give us even more quests to do, I guess because maybe they think we have more time on the weekend. But either way, I think it's much a needed change. Excited. Maybe I'll actually do my dailies for once in my life. I know I should probably be doing them, but I haven't been, so maybe this will make me want to do the dailies anyway. But overall, this week in Final Fantasy Brave Exvius, lots to do, along with a must-pull unit in my opinion for most people, and it's going to be very exciting. And this Thursday when she comes out, March 19th, is my birthday, so we're going to have a big old birthday pool stream, and all I want for my birthday is my girl Rikku. That would be great. So before we get out of here, guys, I do want to mention thank you guys so much for 40k subscribers here on YouTube. I'm giving away a $100 either Google Play or iOS gift card, your choice. Look in the description below for your way to enter. You need to be subscribed to me here on YouTube, log in with your YouTube there, and you'll have other options like my past giveaways if you're familiar, where if you follow me on Twitch, subscribe to me on Twitch, or you follow me on Twitter, you guys are going to be able to take advantage of that. But yeah, so if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below if you're excited for Rikku, and if you're pulling, because I think she's a must pull, subscribe to my YouTube channel here. Follow me on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Claic Yuzolt, and I'll catch you guys in my next video.